Hello, this is Ant, and this is the second part of episode 17. We talk about Onyeka's playmaking, the potential all-star appearances for the Hawks, and our predictions for the next three games we're covering, which is the Celtics, the Knicks, and the Pistons. We also try and calm down fans who are worried about the team's future for the season. And we hope you enjoyed this second part of episode 17. So see you in the podcast. Before we get to the all-star voting topic, I do want to highlight
Boom.
one player that I do want to mention, and it's is Okongu becoming a bit of a
Oh,
more of a hub for offense. Don't boo me. I think this is actually interesting. So Okongu in these last few games has had a bit of an increase in his assist total. So when we were at Phoenix, for example, he had 7 assists, and at the Bulls, he also had 7 assists, and he almost had a triple double with 14 points, 13 rebounds, and those seven included assists. He also had a 2020 game against the Suns at home. So my question is, do you think Okongwu could actually become more of a potential playmaking hub for offense in the future if we do decide to keep him? And I'll start with you, Marco, because I know you love Okongwu so much.
yeah, man, just love him to death. Love the undersized point. Love the undersized center. But I mean,
you,
Onyeka's always been a good passer, man. That's something that you could always argue why he needed to start over Clint in certain situations, or that's why Quinn always rides with him to close out the game because Onyeka's going to make that pass. Onyeka's not about to get the board and go right back up. He's going to look for the pass first. He's going to look for the pass first, and if he feels like he can beat his matchup to that hole, he's going to go back for it. But he's going to look for the pass, and I think that could also be because Onyeka is very coachable. He's playing around guys who like to pass. Trey, Jalen, they love to pass the ball, so why not? I want to pass the ball. Quinn wants them to play through the pass more. That's why you got guys like V and all that too. But it's still like Onyeka is still a good passer. Now he's had a solid good game, solid 2 games, solid last 2 games. It was very nice to see that Onyeka's getting back to his self. I don't want to stay on Onyeka too long, but it's nice to see that he's getting back to himself. I do like what I'm seeing from him. Like I said, he took advantage of the poor center rotation from Phoenix. He got him a 2020 game. I think he was. It was a historical stat attached to that. I'm not about to go look it up right now. It's on Stat News somewhere.
it's the first Hawks bench player to have a 2020 game.
Yeah. So yeah, he put his name in the boards, the accolades. So it was a good game. But like I said, I like
Where's
what I'm seeing.
Harold Antics when you need him?
I like what I'm seeing from OO. Is hooping. Hopefully I expect him to put the hammer on these Celtics Saturday. So yeah, whoever wants it next can have it.
I mean, I'll go. I mean, and to Marco's point, like, yeah, Onyeka's always been a good passer. I think that's something that kind of showed in his game early, especially a big difference between him and Clint. And yeah, that's why the offense generally would take a bump when he's out there, more mobile and quick processor. And yeah, he's pass. He and Jalen work well together on that front. They have a lot of good 2-man plays. He's hit Trey for some cuts before. And yeah, when he gets the rebound, he's looking for the three. He's a more of a modern big, right? So he knows the three is a big part of the game. So when he gets that rebound, he's been coached to kick it out, man. He played with the Ball brothers, so he kind of gets that. So yeah, he's a very skilled big, and that's never been the issue with his game, really. It's more the consistent physical side where you want him to like kind of show that dominance and the scoring aggression and the rebounding like he did against Phoenix. Obviously, you can't ask for 2020 every game, but you do want his presence to be felt on both ends, I think, more consistently. So I think his passing has had to take a bump with Jalen out, right? Because Jalen usually does a lot of
Yeah.
that stuff. But Onyeka's kind of filling that role in multiple ways, right? Especially with the rebounding as well, because you need guys to step up. So I think when Jalen comes back, he probably settles more back into what he's been doing as more of a play finisher. But yeah, the passing is definitely a big part of his game, and I think it's why they're comfortable with him as like more of their offensive minded center for now.
I would honestly be disappointed if Jalen comes back, if Okongwu becomes more of a play finisher, because I think his passing, it's not like anything special, but it is this really useful skill for this team. And I just think him just going back to the play finisher would just be like not, I mean, it won't be bad, but I'll just be thinking, why would we just go back to that when we had just this potential playmaking hub that we could potentially get more offense with? Because to me, just Okongwu being able to turn into this hub for potentially more offense and just being able to like kick out more threes and stuff, I think him being turned into that just can make this team more dynamic, in my opinion. You were about to say something, Leon?
Yeah, like you're gonna have to stop using the word hub, bro.
Okay, my bad. Yeah.
Like he has
I
improved and he has always been a good split cut passer. And you know, we were talking about last year, we were talking about how it's more than one way to space the floor, especially as a big. If you can pass a little bit, even if you're not a great shooter,
yeah.
like whoever's defending you has to be kind of up on you to kind of really like pressuring the ball handler so the pass isn't easy for you. So that's what you're seeing a lot from him. And he's hitting a couple threes here and there now. I think maybe next year with a little bit more consistency on the 3-point shot, he could turn into something a little bit more fun. But I think it's just with Jalen on the floor, it's a little bit more difficult. And one of the funny things about it is when we're fully healthy, the shooting on the team isn't great. So when you have, like yesterday against the Bulls, when you have Okongwu on the floor with Daquan Plowden, who, at most of the game was shooting 100% from the field from three, and Keaton, who proved to the Bulls that he could hit threes, and Veet, who, updates your resume, currently on a hot streak from three. So you got all these guys who are on hot streak from threes, and it's like, okay, it's tough to not. It's a lot harder to defend cuts from good shooters, right? So when they cut, it's creating more open shots at the rim. Also, again, the low man in these situations is usually going to be the center. Not a great center team that we just played, especially defending at the rim in the past two games, honestly. So I believe those are, the past three games, right? Because you've got Chicago and Phoenix twice, not great defending at the rim. So and obviously he had a really nice whip out pass to a corner three a couple games ago as well. So I mean he's a gifted passer, especially for a big man. So I would like to see him use that a little bit more. I think there are times when he I won't say forces shots. He takes tougher shots than he should because maybe he feels the pressure to score when oftentimes he would be better off passing the ball. Because it's a skill. When it's a skill that you have, I think he could lean into it a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to continue to use him in this way because they have somebody else who can do that. Also, they don't really have. They don't always have available a lineup that best uses that skill of his right now. In the coming years they could, but right now they don't really have the best lineup for that. You know what I mean? So It'll be interesting to see if he can keep that up. Obviously, 7 assists is great. And then he had a 6 assist game in the loss to Phoenix. And I'm looking here now. When he has at least 3 assists, we're 5-3. Correlation. I don't know. Maybe not. But only losses to Phoenix. Recently, Detroit loss where, and against Portland where we turned the ball over ad nauseum. So,
but he lost that Detroit one too.
I said, I said, so it's cool. It's a fun skill to have for a center for sure, but like Chris said, you still got to be able to do the big man things. You still got to be able to screen well. You still got to be able to rebound. You still got to be able to finish well around the rim. And for some reason, this season, he's just not finishing as well as he has around the rim in the past. I don't know what it is. He's gotten a little better as of late, but I'm looking it up right now. Just give me 1 second. I'm pretty sure he having one of his worst finishing seasons.
Is it like less lobs? I feel like Trey's farming lobs less anyway.
I mean, I think it's the spacing's not great for him to farm the lobs that he wants, and it's at 72%, which is good, but it literally has gone down every year he's been in the league from 3 feet in. 79% is rookie year, 76.5 to 76.4 to 74 to 72, and his little floater range shot has been really bad this year. He's at 36.7%, which is a massive career low. So I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully he figures it out. Yep. That's all I really got. One Lil O. Marco, Roddy's pizza guy. Oh no, you already talked about Lil O.
Yeah, I already talked about O. I think
I can't. I talked a bit about him already. I mean, I can't use the word hub anymore, so that disappoints me a little bit.
I'm not saying that you can't use it. I'm just saying, be careful.
I get you. I get you.
The best way to describe.
The question is how many post hubs can you have on the floor at one time?
I'm about to say he's not.
Jokic. You have too many.
Because they used Bam like that. That's why the Bam comp.
That was his original plan, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's I don't know.
That's what they said anyway. Nate McMillan threw a lot of names out for famous players.
He just don't move like Bam move, and very few people do.
No. Bam barely does now, anyway.
Yeah. Then groin. Asia Wilson.
I don't. He just got to be smart during the season, man. Wearing out the legs.
Hey, man.
I am just hoping that these past few games just gives Okongwu just some confidence, since majority of the season he's been disappointing, but we'll see.
Man, raise that trade value.
I wasn't gonna say it. I really wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna let it slide.
They believe in Okongwu,
but he'll probably be on the team next year. What did you say, Ant?
I said they believe in Okongwu, so I mean,
they believe in. Okay, wait.
They believe in cost control salaries.
What do they believe? Not doing too many what do they believe? What do they believe, Anthony?
Well, they believe.
You took too long to answer.
Okay.
No, it's cool. It's cool. No.
Yeah, I gotta think about. Yeah,
it is okay to gather your thoughts. It is okay to gather your thoughts.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna be anecdotal while you gather your thoughts. Hold on. I'm
pretty sure they believe in the current group of young players that they have, and unless there is a
current.
Current. Chris, don't do that. Oh my god. I don't think they're gonna trade anyone. How old is Okongwu?
23, 20. I think he's 23.
I don't think they're gonna trade anyone that's under 24, other than Trae Young. Oh,
I mean, Trae Young's not under 24. So
I don't think they're gonna trade anyone under 24 right now, because I think they obviously believe in them. So they're trying to build young. So
I doubt they trade those guys either. Yeah, I agree.
I'm 50-50. I'm partial on it.
I mean, I can see a world where Kongu gets traded,
I can see a world
especially
where
because
I don't think they're going to make a rock the boat
They're not
kind of trade, and I don't
they're
think
not
they're going to
trading
include a
fast.
Kongu in a trade that doesn't rock the boat.
I think they're
Yeah.
trying to piece it
And
together,
it's
be
hard
really
not to rock the
intentional.
boat without trading him. You know what I mean?
It's like they don't want to change the rotation too much at a time, right? You're kind of trying to change a little bit here, change a little bit there, and then see where you're at. So I don't know that they're gonna make a huge change to the rotation, but we'll see. Clint expires, the draft kind of is gonna come, and
Well, they've been looking for a
see what
center.
the path looks like.
They've been linked to centers these past 3 drafts. So, not saying there's anything bad for Onyeka, but they clearly do.
I mean, it could be Onyeka and a center they draft. So I mean, we don't know.
Good.
It could. I mean, Onyeka is cheap, so
Or it could be Clint and a center.
In these things, generally, the easiest path is the one that's going to happen, right? So, the one that requires the least amount of transactions. These things take so much time, bro. So, you got to think:
Yeah.
are they working on 3 at once, or just one deal that kind of
Trades are hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
very
And everybody's like, "Oh, well, Onyeka had 20 and 20, and the Suns went and got a center the next day." Yeah, they went and got a center. That's what they did. They got a
They
center.
got the kind of center you can go get in a day.
Exactly. It's probably a deal they've been talking about for weeks, and then Ishbia said, "Just give them the second. Just give them the 2 extra seconds."
Yeah.
Because Josh Okogie's a good player. They didn't trade to nobody for Nick Richards. They traded Josh Okogie for Nick Richards. So.
Yeah, I wanted Okogie as one of our run and jump wing types.
it's
See
rumored
what you
that
can
the
get from
Hornets
him.
won't hold on to Okogie, so he may,
I mean, of course, that's what they're gonna say. That's what you say when you trade. Anyways.
Well, it's the Hornets. I expect them to do something.
When you're constantly moving ancillary players on your roster, as soon as you get a guy, we want to keep that guy. Of course, that's what you're gonna say. You're not gonna say they're looking to trade him.
Yeah,
Not
we'll
foolish.
see what happens.
I know this game now. I understand.
I understand it now.
I do.
Speaking of the Suns, they're about to blow the well.
Yeah, I was watching the box score.
They're about to blow another win.
Oh. They literally blew.
Nah, they're not.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, Book just hit a 3. Ooh, Kayshawn George hot. Oh yes. Yes, it was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time before my boy got it today. Now that's a guy that's got Hawks DNA.
Let's
He's
talk
German,
about
light skin with a
16-point fourth quarter so far for the Suns.
Yeah. Let's talk about though the All-Star game a bit, because I do think it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with the Hawks, because currently Trae Young is 5th in the guard voting with 706,936 votes. I think this is the last week of voting too, so barring a complete miracle, he's probably just gonna stay 5th. Jalen's not in the ranking at all for forwards.
I want to see the full. I want to see the full list of. I just want to see where Jalen's at as a whole.
I don't think they ever give the full list until later. So, I don't even.
Nobody cares about the Hawks, bro. It's that simple.
Yeah, we've seen times where it's like
nobody cares. Either they don't know, they don't show, or they just don't care.
Well, you got to think about who you're putting Jalen on above.
Yeah.
On that ballot, and there's a lot of people that are just going to put Giannis and Tatum
regardless
every time.
Yeah,
Banchero, he's him. So
bro, he played 20 games.
When you got Giannis, Tatum, and Cat, kind of, I assume they're near the tops, right, for the front court. And are you looking at the list, Ant?
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up again, because my question is for everyone is. I'll just start with you, Chris, because I don't think I asked you first for this entire episode. Do you think Trae's going to be an all-star this season?
Trae? I do think Trae has a really good chance. I would say, if we're leaning, I would say 60% chance. the fan vote doesn't really matter anymore. They've kind of functionally eliminated that in the. I think it's like 15% of the vote or something. Like,
Yeah, coaches in the league have the majority vote now.
and honestly, for the first time, maybe in Trey's career, that might be in his favor. I think he's been playing better basketball this year, like from a team standpoint, committed defensively, and he's been actually getting like shouted out by other coaches and acknowledged. So I think Trey and Trey's kind of improved his relationship with the refs, and I think the league in general, outside of that fine, but that's kind of a point of emphasis, right? They like don't want stars sitting out, and Trey is one of their stars, and I think that jump man on his shoe might factor into all this voting, the media, and whatnot. So yeah, I think Trey has a really good chance this year. He's leading the league in assists. So yeah, I would say about 60% chance he makes it.
He better make it. That's all I'm saying.
With the new format, how did that, since it's a 4v4 tournament now, how does that work?
I think the teams are selected the same. Like overall.
Yeah, they're still selected the same.
They just split them up after.
All right.
The new format's stupid. I mean,
see, then if we're going by that, right, and they have reserves or whatever, I feel like he still should be in their spot. He should still be fine. Now, Jalen, on the other hand, is the one that's going to need the coaches and
yeah, he's just not going to.
Jalen's actually the league favorite. He's been on
probably
NBA.
Just not going to get it, bro.
I think the only one player that's starting to get into like any all-star activities is Ricochet because he's going to go to the Rising Stars game. And
Jalen might be dunk contest. Neek said he was going to talk him into doing it. So hey,
well,
it's not just him anymore. He has to represent Atlanta, so he has to. He doesn't have to, but is for PR statuses and all that. You will want to represent.
As long as he don't do that.
Yeah, he's got to be healthy though.
Number 20 stuff at the dunk contest.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, we're not jumping over planes.
I don't even like All Star anymore. I think because
listen, my family is literally from that place. Okay. No. No. Just no, bro. Just no.
But with Trey, I mean, I think right now it's probably 50-50. Currently, actually, hold on. If Detroit's gonna win, I'm not Detroit. Pacers gonna win this game, so we're probably gonna be the what standings are we? I said we were 8th. We're gonna be the 7th seed. So I think that's probably good enough for Trey to probably get in. He got a 43-point game, literally yesterday.
Longest game winner of the season. And guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what? It doesn't matter.
I mean, I feel like, and I think I even said this before in a few other episodes. I think his reputation with coaches may have improved a bit because of the fact that he's becoming like the league leader of assists and he's passing out the ball more, and his usage rate is a bit lower compared to the last few years. So I feel like, honestly, think about it. I wouldn't even say it's 50-50. I feel like you said, Chris, it's more like 60%, or maybe it's 70%, honestly. My main fear is that someone like Cade Cunningham, who has been on a really hot streak until recently, he did have a good game today, may overtake that, and because the coaches may like the Pistons and like that narrative about a rising Pistons team a lot more. And players like who else? Darius Garland may overtake him in that spot too. And Trey just becomes an injury reserve. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Yeah.
They did pick us to be terrible, and we're not terrible, so I feel like Trey deserves something for that. But
we're 2 games above 500. No, and the funny thing is that there are a lot of Hawks fans who are even freaking out this season still, which I don't understand.
Yeah, we're way ahead of the win.
Yeah,
media had.
The projection is to be only 20-something wins.
Yeah. we're
Crazy.
top 20 in defense. The offense isn't great, but like considering everything, we're in a pretty decent position.
That's strides. Yeah, the amount they improved the defense in like one offseason without
Yeah.
even really being healthy or having like extra depth pieces, like until kind of maybe Plowden can be one of those guys that kind of lengthens your defensive group. But yeah, the fact that they improved the defense this much in one offseason should give a lot of people hope, right? If you throw two more guys in there, right, this group is gonna continue to get better every summer.
Yeah. But
yeah, Jalen. I mean, not Jalen. Trey. I think Trey will make All-Star.
yeah.
It's like I said, league voting and coaching voting were actually, like Chris said, it'll probably actually save him this year. Who wants Tyrese Halliburton?
Yeah, I think that narrative's cooked.
Yeah, I don't think he's going in. It's gonna be
And-
more of Garland and
I get why
Jay.
LaMelo's there, but
I forgot about LaMelo. I think that's
He's
gonna
a
be
fan
interesting.
guy, dog. The
Yeah,
media,
he's a
coaches.
media.
No
yeah.
way the coaches are going to put LaMelo in.
Yeah, LaMelo, he can be first all he wants, but yeah, I don't think that one.
There's a part of me where the media may just vote him in. Yeah,
LaMelo should get every knock that Trey's gotten for his entire basketball.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because they're not playing serious basketball.
Yeah, so I don't know if because if LaMelo does get in, then that changes the narrative around us because a lot of people have told us the reason why Trey hasn't been in is because
they're the second worst team in basketball, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know that Trey has ever been that bad, like legitimately.
So I'm like, if LaMelo can get in with an ass team,
unfortunately,
then that just didn't fly. But hey,
unfortunately from Leon, yeah. That's why you don't get the guard first. They took the guard first, Leon. They're still bad.
Then Damian Lillard at 3.
Yeah.
That's Giannis. That's the Giannis push, bro.
Yeah. Dame is the people love Dame. The people love Dame because all that voting is all.
He's a rapper.
You know what I'm saying? People love Dame. Yeah. Like
people
even when he came over,
everybody
he
loves
came
a
over
rapper.
and they gave Dame the starting spot over Trey last year. And Dame didn't even beat Trey in fan voting. They just pushed him up above him. They love Dame.
But let's go ahead and just talk about these predictions for the next 3 games that we're gonna talk about. It's gonna be Boston, at New York, and then at home versus Detroit. So let me give y'all some facts. Well, not facts, but actually there are some facts about some of these teams before we talk about predictions. So for Boston, they're one of the best teams in the league, obviously, but the last 2 weeks have been pretty weird. They've been the 16th ranked defense and the 15th ranked offense in the last 2 weeks. So they've been pretty mediocre. They have a clean injury report. They don't turn over the ball much, but they aren't great at offensive rebounding. They're one of the best teams in the half court, but they have gone pretty bad, but they're pretty bad in transition and have gone worse in transition from since last year. They're last in the league in fast break points and points in the paint, and they are a pretty slow-paced team. They're 24th in pace. For New York, the last 2 weeks, their offense has been top 10, and their defense has been terrible. Karl-Anthony Towns is day-to-day with a thumb injury. We don't know if he's going to be out for that game when we play. Yeah, probably. They're one of the best half-court teams in the league, and they're great at offensive rebounding. And they also play really slowly, and they're great in transition as well. For Detroit, they are another slow team. Last 2 weeks, they've been 12th in offense and 5th in defense. And Cade Cunningham has been really, really good during these past few weeks. They start a bunch of plays in transitions, and they're one of the best teams in rebounding, and they take a bunch of mid-range shots. So after all that stuff that I just went through, what are your guys' predictions?
Who wants to go first? Are you able to go first?
Okay.
2-1. Saying it right now. 2-1. that one L is very much up to y'all in that sense.
Oh, what is that? It's not a prediction.
Wow, that's
All
not.
right, let me rephrase.
That's not a prediction.
You could have just not even brought it up. You should have just brought it up.
You
You
are
didn't
like,
wanna-
I mean, come on.
You be so non-committal on your
If you
Yeah.
predictions.
didn't want to call it, you
Look,
should have not
look.
mentioned it.
That's another Marco cop
If
out.
we're going to
Trademark
lose,
cop out.
I
He's on
believe
your
if
ass.
we're going to lose that one, is going to be against Detroit. Not
Oh,
because
come on.
Detroit is a
Oh.
better team than
I
us,
didn't expect that.
but we have a bad habit of playing down to teams we want to beat, and that's still
What do you
sometimes
mean playing
it hasn't
down?
been applying this much this season. It has not been
Detroit
applying,
has been good this year.
but Detroit is a good team. But we still have experience over them and size, so I feel like we should win that.
What do
game.
you mean size? I mean,
We're taller than
Experience?
Florida.
yeah,
Experience?
Yeah,
I think they're actually older.
they got.
I mean,
they
'cause
got.
they got-
vets.
they're only older
Like,
because of
a
Malik
little bit.
Beasley, Tobias,
Yeah.
and Hardaway. But
Yeah, like
if you
guys
take those
that
two away,
play
we're
a
older.
total of 70 minutes a game, you mean? Like,
Hey man, well look, I say 2-1. I'm not worried about New York. I've said this in multiple episodes. I'm not scared of that team at all. That team does not move me not one bit. They're actually horrible against. I forget. Look, if it was a stat I saw, I don't know how true it was. So I didn't feel like deep diving it because I was at work. But they're horrible against teams over 500. Their record is not that good against teams over 500. So I don't know how true that is, and you can deep dive that if you want to while we're giving our predictions or whatever.
It's very true. They're not very good against good teams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm not really. Like I said in multiple episodes, I'm not really scared of that team. That team is very easily beatable on a lot of occasions. Celtics, it's always weird with them. For some reason, look, you get Showtime trade, we're winning. So I believe we can beat the Celtics and the Knicks, but we'll lose to Detroit. So 2-1.
I'll go.
Okay, so
Okay, go
they're
ahead.
11-12 against 500 and above teams, and 16-3 versus below 500 teams. Those are the Knicks we're talking
Dang.
about.
Oh my god.
The Hawks never do what I predict, and they usually go the opposite. So I'm gonna say 1-2, hoping that they go 2-1.
Oh my.
I think they should beat the Knicks. I think we match up really, really well with them. They're just small at the places where we're kind of big, and they don't have a real guy that can stop us from getting to the rim. If Jalen's not healthy, 1 and 2 is actually very likely. But if Jalen's healthy, I think they definitely can handle the Knicks. The Celtics, I was looking at their last few games, and Kristaps is getting a lot of minutes, and he's negative a lot. And I'm not sure if that's him trying to get back into the flow of things with the team. He's only played 17 games. So they might be having issues kind of getting him into what they do, which I don't even know how to describe what they do. They just shoot. But yeah, they're not playing great right now. So I think the Hawks probably have a puncher's chance, but if they're not healthy, it's going to be tough for them to beat the Celtics and the Pistons. So 1 and 2.
You want to go next, Leon, or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say 1 and 2 as well. Don't know who they're gonna lose to. I mean,
Come
I don't.
on.
Yeah, I don't know. More
That's
importantly, I don't
fair.
know who they're gonna beat. They could beat any one of these teams, but I just don't know if Jalen's gonna be healthy. I wish I could say 1.5 and 1.5. Honestly, I don't think they're gonna bring. I don't think when we play the Knicks and or the Celtics, they're gonna have the G League
Healthy
guys up.
Jalen. Yeah.
The G League guys up. That's what I was talking about. My two-way Kings up. But yeah, man, I just don't know. So I'll just say 1 and 2. It's gonna be tough to beat the Knicks without Jalen.
Yeah.
Because it's again, who's guarding Jason Tatum? Dyson, of course, but it's rough. I'll just leave it at that. So 1 and 2, simply put.
There's a part of me that wants to go 3-0 because that's crazy because
that would be great. I would prefer that. That's my favorite one.
I mean,
what
the main
I
reason
never want the Hawks to lose a game.
And the main reason why I say that is because our conference record in the East is just really good. And it's so weird, like compared to like other teams. Like we're 14-7. That's the third best record of every team in the East. So part of me feels like even though these teams are tough, we've been able to handle a bunch of these teams just fine without it. But I'm gonna go 2-1. I think we're not going to be able to win against Boston simply because Boston is going to force it to be a shootout, and we're not going to be able to make it to a shootout. And like Leon said, I don't know if we're going to get healthy Jalen or not. If we get healthy Jalen, I think it's going to be 3-0. I don't trust Detroit right now. I know Cade Cunningham is going off, but he just had a bad game, so he may just be going into a mini slump. We don't know yet, but I think
honestly, the person on Detroit who scares me is that twin.
Yeah, yeah.
That's who scares me.
Asar, yeah. He's scared, yeah.
Because, like, again, like, we've seen this in recent games. It's so easy to be like, all right, best defender, Trey, again, which is something we're all used to. All right, best defender, you're guarding Trey, again, whatever. But it's going to be hard to put anybody, if Jalen's playing, it's hard to put anybody but Asar on Jalen. You're going to put Tobias on him? All right, cool. He's old man. The future is now, old man. Watch Malcolm in the Middle. It's a great show. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Owens versus YNs.
But
you owe, Kawhi. You owe.
But I'm going to go 2-1.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm just gonna say we're gonna beat New York and Detroit, and now I hope they prove me wrong against Boston because even though I need to check their record again, they're 28-12. It doesn't feel like they're 28-12, even though they're 28-12. But yeah, that's really it for me. And that's it for our episode. I mean, we've been recording so long that the Pacers and Pistons game has finished, and the Hawks are the 7th seed now as of this recording. So that's pretty good.
Like, literally, the Hawks moved up 2 spots during our recording. Like, think about that. Use your brain. So, like, just I'm sorry. I know we're about to end the recording. I know.
You're good.
But, like, Hawks fans, let's talk for a moment. Like, let's just vent with Leon for just a second, okay? As of right now, still, seeds 4 through 9 are separated by 2 games. 2 games. So for the last 3 weeks and for the next 3 weeks, it's gonna be a lot of movement up and down, but not a lot of happening.
Coming into tonight, 5 teams in the East had 19 losses.
Come on. So. Like, let's just not, don't get too high, don't get too low. Like, if we lose to Boston, lose to the Knicks, and Jalen's not playing, be normal, please. Like, just I'm begging you, please. Like, it's okay. We were never going to win the NBA championship this year. If they don't get a point guard at the trade deadline, if they don't trade major assets for Colin Sexton, stop reading that site. It's okay. It's okay. I promise you it's okay. All right, I'm done.
Real quick, do y'all know who we play if the Hawks actually were to be the 6th seed right now?
The Knicks.
The Knicks, baby. Honestly, it's all I want from this season is to beat the Knicks, and we can get swept in the next round. But I want to make the playoffs.
I think we could beat the Knicks. I mean,
yeah,
exactly. That team won't be there during playoffs.
Yeah,
I mean, like, to be fair, if we're healthy,
we
second round we get. Hold on, if we're healthy, in second round we get like the Bucks.
Some ONs on that team.
Just saying.
Both of those teams won't be healthy during the playoffs.
Just saying,
Don't get
watch out. Hold your horses.
all amped up.
Don't want to get too happy right here, but
As long as we don't have Gucci ref against the Bucks, anything's
don't want to
possible.
get too happy right here. But third seed is actually at play too.
Oh, come on now.
I mean,
What
I
is
don't.
that?
It's got the Hawks got to get really good.
Something. What has to happen. What has to happen.
The fourth seed has one more win than the Hawks
Hold
and
on.
two
Hold
less
on.
losses. Just saying.
You know what needs to happen for us to get that third seed. You know it has to happen.
I mean, not third seed down. I didn't mean to say third seed. Meant to say fourth. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was my point.
Fourth
It's
can play.
it's 2 wins separating 4 and 9. It's. I know it's hard to believe, but as of right now, the quality of the Bucks to the quality of the Pistons, I know it's hard to believe, but the gap's just not that big.
It's flat,
It's just
man.
not.
It's very
Yeah.
flat.
It's just not that big. Because then
don't-
the gap from 9 to 10 is 3 games, and then the gap from 3 to 4 is 3.5 games. So there's this huge. So do the math now. That's why the standings are so ugly to look at. Just in order, like that's why you got to put them on a graph, like Matt. Oh wow, I just realized.
Whoa,
Oh my God! You just.
I just realized what Chris's name was. Anyways, yeah, just Hawks fans, it's okay, because I know a couple of y'all was saying we're spiraling. Verbatim. Okay.
We're 6-4 in our last 10 games. And
No, but in the middle of that, we lost 3 in a row to good basketball teams. Like without Jalen, like we obviously suck. Like we're obviously the worst team in the league. We're obviously gonna give Cooper Flag to the Spurs. Obviously. Also, let's check on that.
They're about to watch another run of 21-19 basketball, and they're gonna enjoy it.
The worst above 500 team of all time.
21-19 basketball. Okay.
About to see a lot more of it.
Yeah, and 2 more wins after that. 44?
Yeah.
2 more wins after that. 44 for this game off. Okay, yeah. Where was I? Currently, the Hawks are giving the Spurs the 17th pick.
Is that really that bad?
It's going to be a good player. Like, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a good player. And, if you're watching this or if you're listening to this while you watch the Blazers and Kings on silent, then go Kings.
Yeah.
So, basically, if they win tonight, we have their pick again. So it's like again, like it, and like I said, in the league. What is it? San Antonio, 13 games behind the first seed, and then like Milwaukee. Like Milwaukee is the 4th seed in the East. Sacramento will currently have the 10th best odds for the first overall pick, and those 2 teams are separated by 3 games. We're halfway through the season, and of course the middle is jumbled. Right? That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Half of the league is separate. The middle half of the league is separated by 3 games. Calm down. Anything is possible.
Hey, there are more teams in the East with winning records than the West. Let's go. The West sucks.
Uh-oh.
And to add on.
But at least now all the teams in the West have 10 wins. Officially, finally. Took a while, but finally.
Hawks are right now for the remaining strength of schedule. Hawks are 15.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What'd you say, Roddy?
For the remaining strength of schedule so far, the Hawks we have 42 games left. We are 15th for the remaining strength of schedule. We play more bad teams than good teams. And that Zenkai boost we get for post All-Star break is always real. So
like I said, for something real to pop off, we need some post All-Star Zenkai boosts from a couple of players.
Bogey, Zach,
who need to start hitting threes.
I think Zach's gonna have that awakening month soon, man. It's coming. Every other
Well,
rookie's
he
had that
needs
awakening.
he needs to get on the system like Sung Jinwoo or something.
He needs, he needs to get that.
He needs to start leveling up. Okay,
Leveling up.
Leveling up.
Attend the Euro Cup and do something.
Man, something.
like that post All-Star break. Jalen might be a little dangerous. I don't know.
Honestly,
I
man,
mean,
the longer
cool.
rest you can get Jalen, the better down the stretch. But I do think, hopefully, that they were resting Jalen for this little stretch. You definitely want to have him against Boston, New York, and Detroit.
I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
hopefully
because if you can win these 3 games,
you're in a good
hey,
spot.
you're in a great spot.
We're probably gonna be 60 if we win these 3 games. Honestly,
If we win
I
these
feel
3
like
games,
the Pacers are going to fall off. I feel like they shouldn't be where they are. The
They just
Pistons.
want a mean.
They've beat some teams that are not being serious right now, where they're like trying to claw back up to where they once were.
yeah,
They had a
And
7-3 run.
8-2 now.
Okay, yeah, true. So you should see that level off, and they'll fall back. But yeah, East is interesting right now.
But yeah, they got
Have we played the Pacers?
They got
no, we're
no,
going
we haven't
to
played the
soon.
Pacers yet.
We don't play them
That might
until February 1st.
They got some.
We play them 4 times after February 1st.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, we probably got back to back with them.
It's like every other week.
That weird home and away back to back that I hate.
Every other week for
my least
2
favorite
months.
thing.
I'm praying we
like,
don't get destroyed like last year.
Very light.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Year,
Dog, we got Dyson Daniels to put on Hallie this time, bro. That boy gonna be faking a hamstring injury.
Put him on Hallie. Shouldn't he be on somebody else?
Be nasty, not gonna lie.
You don't need to put Dyson on Hallie.
Shouldn't he be on like Benedict Mather and like somebody who scores for real?
Yeah, probably. Let's trade guard Halliburton. Oh my god. But let's any more final thoughts before we end this episode for real?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, that was it. That was just be calm, Hawks fans. Be calm.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Be calm, trust the process. No, we're not using that saying. Be calm, trust in your GM, and trust in this organization that they have a path that they want to stick to, and we're in the best spot we could be versus the last 3 seasons.
Keep calm and Quinn Snyder.
Oh, we're bringing that back.
And one more shout out to the G League again. Shout out College Park Skyhawks. Nikola Jurisic. I messed up his name badly.
No, you got there. You got there on your own. You got there on your own. You got there on your own.
He actually had a career high in the G League, 24 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. I just wanted to shout that out. Best scoring game of his career there. So that's nice to see him figure out that on offense. So just want to mention that before we
real quick. I do have a final thought. We're gonna start selling merch at some point. Keep calm and Quinn Snyder is gonna be a T-shirt.
Also, I do have one more thing. If y'all aren't, go join Glenn Willis's Patreon. We have a few episodes of us up there on there.
Yes.
First episode is with Chris and Ant. Second episode is with me and Leon talking about the Hawks, your favorite team in the whole wide world.
Yes.
So if y'all are not on his Patreon yet, man, go check us out on there.
Leon and Marco talk about the Western road trip and other thoughts on the team. So it's a good listen after this podcast, and also follow Glenn Willis's Patreon. It's a good Patreon to listen to. So, but with that, thank you all for listening to this long, probably split up episode of Hard Knock Hawks. We are going to see you next time as we hopefully see a 3-0 Hawks for this next coming episode. So see you later.
Oh.
Hawks.